Emmalee Manwarren once said, "Our experiences shape who we are." My name is Emmalee Manwarren, and I'd like to share a few defining moments in my life. I haven't had many huge moments in my life, but I feel like the ones I have had have really shaped who I am. And today I just want to share 3 of those moments that have really impacted me greatly. The first, I would like to talk about my abnormal childhood. As some of you might know, I was diagnosed with aplastic anemia at the age of 2. Basically, it's a disease where your red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, they stop working and you stop producing them. So if you'd touch my arm, I get a bruise, or if I would get sick really easily. So if I got a common cold or something, I could die. And so most of my childhood was spent in the hospital from ages 2 to 6. They tried everything, reset it to make my body say, hey, start working again. But I did chemo, radiation, I even had to do steroids, but none of that was really working. My body just kept seeing those bone marrow and stuff as wrong, and they shouldn't produce it. So when I was around the age of 6, I had to get a bone marrow transplant, and basically this lady from Germany donated her bone marrow in these little plastic bags, and it's this clear liquid that has all those platelets and stuff, and they were infused in me. And so I was basically all better after that. But yeah, due to my hospitalization, I wasn't able to interact with other kids very much, or so once I got out of the hospital, I didn't really have any interest or anything until I found sports. So my parents put me in sports when I was 7 to try to get me to interact with other kids, and I ended up really liking it. They were a little worried though, because they didn't want me to get sick, because I was just freshly starting to produce new platelets and stuff. So they didn't want me to get sick. They were worried I was going to get hurt, but I ended up really liking it. So I decided to continue doing that, and I found ones I really liked. I tried all of them. I tried ballet, swimming, a bunch of weird ones. And then I finally stuck with basketball, softball, track. Those are what I play now. And I really like it. I'm on a softball travel team, and it's the experience I've had in sports have really just impacted my personality, I feel like. But since sports are a major part of my life, when I moved, I was worried that we'd be affected. That was the main thing I was worried about. So I ended up moving here from 3 hours away. I originally was born in Spencer, Iowa. We ended up having to move because my mom got a job in Waverly, Iowa, and we moved into the house that I'm living right now. It's in Clarksville, right up the other side of the golf course. But I ended up going to Waverly School because I thought it would be like my old school. It was the same size, maybe a little bit bigger, but I thought it'd be, the same. But I ended up hating it. I didn't have any friends. I was depressed. It was horrible. So one day my neighbor suggested that I try to go to Clarksville, see how I liked Clarksville. So I took a tour of the school. I ended up kind of liking it, but the only reason I actually transferred to Clarksville was because Katie said I could be in a softball tournament that weekend if I transferred. So I ended up transferring, but it was the best decision of my life because, I really like it, and I feel like it was just kind of God's plan to have me move over here because I'm way happier than I was in Spencer. But anyway, these were the major parts of my life. I hope you enjoyed learning a little more about me. And overall, today you just heard about my childhood, my main interests, my moving experience. Yeah, if I didn't have these experiences, I wouldn't be the person I am today, so I feel like they're just really important to me. My experiences have made me realize that you can't control everything, so it's best to roll the punches and see where life takes you.